Hello there folks, SeKo Caffeine Craft here doing some Red Bull. I think it's the, which one is this? The Zero, whatever junk that's supposed to be healthy for you but not healthy. Anyways, music enabled. I don't want music. We have Celphy and Protosser. Now I believe these are guys that I've actually cast in the past and potentially live. There's a lot of people with very similar names. Protosser doesn't sound that unique, but I'm quite sure I've seen Celphy before back in the old Heart of the Swarm, maybe even casted some of his tournaments out of Germany. A lot of German players did some live casting for. But anyways, it is a Zerg versus Protoss Echo Ladder Edition for Void. And these are the people I'm thinking of. They're pretty damn good. So anyways, we'll see what kind of strategies we got in place. We have a gas. Should be seeing out. There's the pool. I was gonna say, where's the pool? So we actually have a gas opening here. We'll see if he's going to go put some pressure on. The Protoss is scouting, so he shouldn't get caught too off guard by this. Double gas. Going down after our gateway here. Should be able to get with that mothership core nice and fast and keep alive. I don't know if he saw. Yeah, I didn't come up the ramp yet. I think what he's going to try and block down here, but he should know then that it is a pool first, and there'll likely be units using to hang him in the face pretty soon. Anyways. Probes should start taking gas here pretty quick. So our next core is going to go down. And still no take on that there hatch. Two lings started, queen first, another overlord. Very delayed hatch on this side. We can see what kind of strategy this is. All the strategies are just still being formulated within this kind of economy. Lots of aggressive opportunities now available. 7X core going down as part of a quasi wall at the front here. Zeld coming out. Is he probably expecting to get some lings in the face pretty soon? Should come down and see that this is happening. Couple more lings on the way, speed happening. Maybe he knows Protoss, so these guys may or may not be friends. If that is the case, they might know tendencies for cheese, and therefore scouting quite diligently about it. Should see that was researching, but he should know even more blatantly that there's no hatch to expect something funky. Mothership on the way, warp gate started. We should see a nexus go down. There it is. So, well timed on this side. More lings coming out now. A second queen. Down goes the hatch. And a Baneling nest. See if we got some tricks up our sleeve here. And the mothership core is generally enough to deal with most of this because it's done so fast. He's going to have to send it to the front. Or he might actually be able to get a kill on a pylon or two. Even with these slow lings. Which every little bit counts, as I like to say. Stalker on the way. More lings coming out right now. He's not building any drones, so we can see he's starting to fall behind now. Trying to get some zealot micro there. Gets into a great spot next to that pylon. Now there's a lot of lings coming up though. He wants to surround that zealot. Take care of that. Speed is now finished. Baneling nest is about to be done too. Stalker doesn't get in the doorway. Try to micro the lings. Well, actually, we'll get it with a couple more lings that ran in here. And we'll get one more probe as well. Still more lings flooding across. Now Stalker on the way. Two more gateways going down. Mothership core is up to 7 kills. Because these guys are beasts. Now he's going to full wall off here. There should be enough energy for photon overcharge in just a second. Let's see if he uses it. There's the 100 energy. He is going to try and save the Nexus. And it will drive back the Zerg player for now. Baneling's being morphed. Did you already research load on this one guy? They changed up the play a bit here where you can get... Yeah, you can research load on individual units. This could be really slick. What he's going to do is dive bomb 4 Banelings. Slow as hell, but this guy might not expect it. I mean, who really does expect this in this day and age? Looks like he wants to take on that Stalker. He's just going to use that as a distraction. But maybe a little bit bad on the timing here. He's going to lose a lot of lings to take out that Stalker. Whereas this is just a normal scout. I don't think if I was the Protoss player that I'd see anything strange about this going down. More gateways though. He's going to be up to 6 in a second here. But his economy is about to be shattered. $13 kills. How cool was that? Bit of a throwaway on the lings there, but this individual research for overlords is just going to open up so many new possibilities for this kind of play. Ling drops. You can imagine 8 speedlings would have done great as well, because it's just a quick little lift into the base. And as you can tell, you don't need layer to get that. Very excited to see what kind of strategies come down the pipe because of this drop strategy. Just drop ability, strategy from strategy. Shut up, I know what I'm doing. Gonna lose that overlord, but oh well. Units wise, it's actually pretty even on economy. Threw away a lot of zerglings, didn't get a lot of work done with it. Kind of would like to see him get overlord speed. Just as a threat, you know, you catch him off guard, running in that overlord with a few banelings. Pretty darn good. Looks like he's gonna come in from the other side here. But it is another slow overlord, so he's just gonna have to kind of luck out. Lots of sentries being made. We have our +1 on the way as well. And the Twilight Council. There's no probes or pylons out on the map right now. So we'll see if he's gonna be able to get anything done. It's just so slow. It's gonna come all the way around the backside, so in 2 minutes we'll come back and check and see where that's at. Protoss player really needs to get his economy back up again. He was probably somewhere around 40, 45 probes by now. If that didn't hit him, and he'd be moving out on the map, probably trying to get some damage with his 6 gate. Zerg player on the other side, still just keeping up with workers. It cost him a lot to make that move. Threw down a Roach Warren that he can't really use. He's got an evolution chamber that he's not been able to use for any upgrades. Yeah, we know he's still there. We'll get there when he's ready. 2 more gateways. So we'll be an 8 gate, 2 base all in, which is still one of the most popular strats you can do as a Protoss player. +1. And we've got our Roach speed happening. He's trying to distract. Very smart. He actually drops the banelings out of the way and comes in with them. Down to 26 probes. Lost about another 11 in that attack. We'll lose the overlord and we'll be supply blocked because of it. But this is making these 8 gates so useless. There's no way he can afford to run all of these off of his current economy. Zerg player, 3rd base on the way. Lots of overlords, massively supply blocked right now. Blink is going to be his choice, which I like. In this kind of low econ style, Blink can be a great way to take advantage of your low unit count. Just boosting out them probes. Actually, yeah, so he took quite a bit of damage on the Nexus, but the shields are getting way back up again. Problem right now for the Zerg players, he doesn't really know. Like, he knows he does damage, but he doesn't know how far ahead he is. Still a good chunk of Protoss army with +1 and about to be Blink. Full energy, well, close to full energy on all of these sentries. 3rd base can be done in a second. Creep spread is started, and there are Roaches with speed. So I don't know if the Protoss player can feel that confident pushing out at this point. Infestation Pit. We'll see if he's going to use this for some more funky, maybe some light swarm host play. I do like just throwing in a few locusts. Sometimes you can get some cute damage done. Roach, burrow, speed, tunneling claws. He doesn't have burrow, but he's getting tunneling claws, so hopefully he remembers that. This is a bit of a mistake here. Oh, bad force fields though. He could have cut off so many of those roaches, and then that probably would have been GG. 10 drones are on the way. Yeah, he would have been toast if he had got those all trapped. Still, Protoss players at 36 workers. 10 workers just made for the Zerg players, so they haven't really started paying off yet. More Roaches on the way. Finally, there's Burrow. There's no Robo. There's no Detection. There's no Stargate and Oracle. So if he can get out this Burrow and Burrow movement, he can do alright. Looks like he wants to take this fight. Blink Micro is something you do have to worry about. Once it's on creep, this becomes easier, but he might get force fielded into his base. Really can't afford to let that happen, so he will take this fight. Sentries got abandoned. I'm surprised he didn't fight those sentries. Burrow's still not done yet. We'll kill the sentries off. All he's really got to do is last until the burrow's done. A couple of spawn crawlers will help out on this side. This base is a little strung out and dry. See if he's going to be able to push up and do anything. 12 more Roaches on the way. More Stalkers. He's losing them though, not the best. Micro, nice snipe on that one. I do like, oh, well, he might be using that as a trap later, I suppose, but he didn't finish that off. With Roach, Burrow, and movement, this should be pretty good. Going for a 3rd Nexus. It's only have 38 workers, but even with that, you can see the patches are starting to kind of get mined out here. It's only got about 12 optimal workers they can have on that base. A little bit below down here. Could transfer a few down to his natural. A little undersaturated at this point. +2 attack happening. Protoss players not being able to afford to get anything else out of his forge. I just want to see Robo out of his forge right now. Stargate on the way. Very interesting choice. I don't know if I necessarily see the advantage in going that right now unless he's trying and be sneaky. He's going to take down the debris. One spine up here. Doesn't serve too much purpose. Blinks away. Looks like he's just going to go for a massive pile of roaches. If he can get out a Void Ray or two out of this Stargate, it'll help him out a lot. Double Stargate. Forgot about 2 Stalkers in his main, though. That'd really help his Blink army. It's really about numbers. Hive going down right now. Even more roaches. Should be enough to just club through most of this. Even with Void Rays on the way. Still, you give a Protoss player enough time and they'll find a way back into this. If you can get up stable on 3 bases with 2 Stargates, it's not too bad. Tech isn't terrible for the Zerg player, but he's still really just got a Roach Warren. Oh, he did actually have Flying Locusts. Unless it got changed back to they always have them again, which wouldn't surprise me too much. The Hive finishing up will be nice. He might be able to get out some nice blinding clouds on some Vipers. But Hydras is really going to be his late game comp here. The choice of Void Rays I think is smart. Usually you see people go into Immortals. Mortal Stalker is really the composition of choice these days. Creep Spread leaves a lot to be desired out of Celphy here. +2 is finished. So I wouldn't mind seeing him try to put some pressure on. I mean, he's got this giant army that's eating up a ton of supplies. He's not really doing much with. I do like that he's regenning some of his hurt roaches. Oh, no he isn't. Where they are. There's a cannon here to be able to spot for any sneaky shenanigans. I don't think burrow's yet been revealed. It's about to be. One Void Ray finished here, but he's still going to lose just about everything in this fight. Big warping of Zealots. Not the best kind of meat shield here. He's trying to focus down the Nexus. Which I guess is alright. Hey. Slick move. I actually was worried that he didn't have an exit strategy. It's not like he's got a mothership where he can just kind of fly home afterwards. Cool move. Snipe the cannon. Get the Nexus. Probably should see an Oracle come out from him here soon. That burrow play is always going to be a pain in his butt. Big supply block. Now Hydras are coming out. Hydra range +3 attack. Pretty devastating army is going to be coming out here from Celphy. Does have a 4th base. Should be just finishing up. Transferring a bunch of workers. You can see in the worker total. We'll get down a couple of spines. And a spore. DT's just wreck your day. He knows a Twilight's finished. He's seen the blink. Don't really want to get caught with something junky like that. Overall, economy-wise, Protoss player has way more workers, but is way down in overall economy just because of how inefficiently he's mining at this point. Nexus is going down, but he's at a tough spot. There's no other way to really state that. There is an Oracle popping out. There's not a spore in every mineral line. Evo Chamber's going down. He's going to get those Vipers moving. Oh, there's neat. I couldn't see in the back. I think there's a spore. Yeah, there it is. Sneaky pylon on this side. I think the Zerg player should be pretty darn comfortable once he gets the Vipers out to be able to yoink some of the expensive units like the Void Rays, Mothership Core out of position. We'll be able to just stomp through this. There's no splash. What we're seeing out of a lot of Protoss players right now is moving into essentially like a gateway storm-based army. Maybe starting off with Stargate, and then moving into just a lot of storms to deal with the Hydras. Hydras are the very popular Zerg unit to use now. Colossus, very much out of fashion in ZVP. Has been for a while. Zerg player's going to be maxed out in just a second. Still hitting his injects. Pretty good at fishing on his economy. You can see that he's not oversaturated on any of his bases. Optimally mining on this one. Probably could take a 5th here pretty soon because his economy really isn't that great. 51 workers is pretty bad. Ravagers. Ooh, I hope I get to see some of those. With all the clumped up Protoss army, Ravagers could be a pretty sick unit. Either that or Lurkers. Not really seeing any of the crazy units out of either of these players. And that's... I almost forgot about this. Is what they should be going for, is the Disruptor. I know it takes a Robo Bay, but if you can get that Disruptor out, Zerg players still aren't used to being able to splitting up their units, and they just get popped like balloons. Units just get rolled. Fourth base going down over here. Zerg player doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have spread out overlords. Overlord speed. Infestation pit is getting them. A pathogen glands. Fleet bacon. Wow. These roaches just chilling in here. Probably could snipe this pylon or something because they must have forgot about them. That's, 8 supply, not as his army. And a dark shrine, all powered by one pylon. Kind of cool. Air upgrades. Zerg players now maxed. Where are those Vipers? I thought he made a couple. There they are. Following up the back. Full energy. 2 blinding clouds each. Parasitic bomb. That could just crush these void rays. Lurkers on the way as well. Nice spot on the stasis field. Viper's a little bit out of position, but they should be fine. I want to see the parasitic bomb. Oh, he didn't cast it. Oh, he pulled yoinks. People still aren't used to these. Like, the parasitic bomb would have probably killed almost all of those and looked way cooler. God, I hate parasitic bomb with all my life. Pretty cool game out of Celphy there. Really fun to see the Baneling drops and play early Roach speed. SeKo Starcraft, thanks for watching. We'll talk to everybody later.